Ben Carson's hands were worn and calloused, the kind that told stories of hard work and rough days down by Clearwater Bay. Every morning, after walking his kids to school, he hit the docks looking for odd jobs, fixing engines that coughed smoke, patching boats that barely floated, and doing anything that could put dinner on the table. Life hadn't gone easy on Ben. 2 years had passed since his wife walked out, leaving him to raise 9-year-old Emma and 7-year-old Jake on his own. Money came slow, but Ben still had one thing that never ran out: determination. That's what made him stop the moment he saw it. Battered old yacht, sitting lonely at the local auction that chilly Thursday morning. Lot 47. The announcer called, 50-foot yacht. Heavy damage. No bids. The crowd stayed quiet. To most, the thing was junk. Cracked deck, peeling paint, rusted rails. But Ben didn't see junk. He saw possibility. Before he could second guess it, he shouted, 500. Heads turned. A few people laughed. Sold to the dreamer, the auctioneer said with a grin. When Ben handed over his last bit of savings, reality hit him. He was flat broke, not even enough left for tools or parts. But as Emma skipped beside him and Jake held his hand, pride swelled in his chest. She's ours now, he said softly. Emma looked up at the rusted nameplate, Silver Crest. She just needs love, she whispered. Ben smiled, and a whole lot of elbow grease. The yacht groaned beneath their feet. Mold clung to the cabin walls, and the air smelled of salt and decay. Still, Ben stood tall. She's weathered storms before, he told Jake. We'll bring her back. That night, long after the kids were asleep, Ben sat on deck with a flashlight and notebook. The to-do list was endless. Dead engine, cracked hull, fried wiring, but he didn't give up. The challenge lit a fire in him. Over the next few weeks, Ben worked every spare minute, dawn to dusk, hammer to hand. Locals mocked him from the docks. Carson, that thing's a money pit. One said, you should have bought a canoe. Another laughed. But Ben kept going, sweat dripping, muscles aching, hope burning. Emma and Jake joined in after school. Emma held the flashlight while her dad worked. Why are the wires different colors? She'd ask. Jake, too small to help, sat beside her with a toy hammer, mimicking every move. We're a team, Ben told them, smiling. Some days tested him more than others. One brutal storm ripped away a section of the railing he'd just fixed. Ben stood staring at the damage, drained. Emma hugged him tight. You can fix it. Daddy, you fix everything. Those words gave him strength. He scavenged scrap metal from the junkyard, welded it into place, and kept going. The hardest battle came with the engine rusted, corroded, hopeless. Still, Ben refused to quit. He cleaned, rebuilt, and replaced what he could using discarded parts from other boats. You'd be amazed what people throw away, he told Jake, teaching him how to clean a fuel injector. Then, one cool April morning it happened. The engine sputtered, coughed, and came alive. Emma shrieked, it's alive. Ben laughed, really laughed for the first time in weeks. From that moment, the yacht began to change. He sanded the hull, painted her a gleaming navy blue, and replaced the seats with fabric Emma helped sew herself. When he polished the old nameplate, he decided it needed something new. In neat white letters, he painted, Second Chance. She's not just a boat, he told the kids. She's our new beginning. By early May, the locals who once laughed started to stop and stare. Carson, you actually pulled it off, one fisherman said. Ben grinned. Guess I did. But deep down, it wasn't about proving them wrong. It was about showing his kids that even broken things and broken people could be rebuilt. Then, one morning, a black SUV rolled up near the dock. Out stepped a tall woman in a cream suit and dark glasses, elegant, composed. Out of place among the fishermen, she walked straight toward Second Chance. You the man who restored this yacht? She asked, her voice calm and precise. Ben wiped his hands and nodded. Yeah, that's me. She stepped aboard, tracing her fingers across the polished rails. The varnished wood, this used to be mine, she said quietly. Removing her sunglasses, she revealed tired but striking eyes. Charlotte Duval, she introduced herself, CEO of Duval Yachts. Ben froze. He knew the name. He'd seen it printed on every old yacht manual he'd ever found. Charlotte smiled faintly. I left this yacht behind 5 years ago. My fiancé gave it to me, then cheated the week we launched it. I couldn't stand to look at it again, so I walked away. Ben nodded slowly. And you just let it go? I needed to, she said softly. But you brought it back to life. He didn't know what to say, but Charlotte lifted her hand. Don't apologize. You didn't take it, you saved it. And from what I've heard, you did it all alone, with 2 kids, on a mechanic's budget. Ben blinked. Word travels fast. Charlotte smirked, especially when the dock manager's my cousin. She stepped closer. I didn't come here to take the yacht back. I came here to meet the man who refused to give up. Ben frowned. I'm not looking for charity. Good, she said, because this isn't charity. She handed him a card. Duval Yachts, Executive Innovation Division. I want you to work for me. Head of Restoration. You'll lead a new project, bringing forgotten boats back to life. Ben stared, stunned. Me, Charlotte nodded. You, because it's not just what you built, it's how you built it. Ben looked at Second Chance. This boat saved me, he said quietly. And now, she replied, you can help save others. She hesitated, the corporate mask softening. Also, would you consider dinner? Ben raised an eyebrow. Dinner. Charlotte smiled. Not business. Just a woman who finally met someone who knows how to rebuild more than just boats. Ben chuckled. That's probably the wildest job offer I've ever gotten. That evening, he told Emma and Jake everything. Miami? Emma gasped. Do they have beaches? Jake shouted. Ben laughed. They sure do, and better schools too. Do we have to sell Second Chance? Emma asked. He looked out at the sunset. No, he said firmly. She's part of us now. Wherever we go, she goes. A week later, they drove to Miami. The Duval Yacht's facility was massive. Hangars, workshops, testing pools. Engineers and sailors worked side by side. Charlotte introduced him proudly as their new department head. When someone asked what inspired him, Ben smiled. A boat called Second Chance. She taught me everything I know. That night, Charlotte hosted dinner overlooking Biscayne Bay. She was different. No heels, no walls. Just a woman rediscovering peace. I'm still learning how to let go of the past, she admitted. Ben smiled. You've already built something incredible. You just needed a little faith again. She looked at him warmly. Maybe you were mine. As the night faded, Charlotte touched his arm. About that new life I mentioned. Ben smiled back. Let's start with breakfast. Can you cook? She teased. He laughed. I can fix engines, not eggs. Then I guess I'll cook, she said with a grin. Back in Clearwater, Second Chance sat gently rocking in her slip, no longer abandoned, just waiting for her next voyage. Just like Ben Carson,